Hello, my name is Alicia Jackson, and I'm a licensed professional counselor. And today we are going to talk about the difference between helping someone and enabling someone. So, buckle your seatbelts because this can be a tough one, okay? So, the definition of helping someone is to make a person's life or situation easier by providing a service or a resource. Okay, so an example that I use or for this situation is simple. If you see an elderly person, right, and they're struggling, like putting their groceries in their car, you might help them by saying, "Hey, miss, do you mind if I help you?" And you help them to put their groceries in their car. You've made it easier for them, right? So they still have to struggle with getting home and then putting the groceries in from their car into their house and putting them away. They still have all these things they have to do, but you have helped them their way just a little bit, make it easier for them. Okay, so that's an example of helping. Enabling is to allow a loved one, and it's truly a loved one where we have this difficulty with enabling, but helping a loved one's behavior to continue down a self-destructive path. Okay, so I want to give some clarification to this, okay, because the definition is kind of heavy. All right, and so I want you to know if you are enabling or if you feel like that might be where you're sitting, and people who do enable their loved ones are not doing this maliciously or even purposefully, right? It's a pattern that may have been familiar in their life, in their immediate family, and they're also doing this as a protective way, right? A way to protect their loved one from feeling pain, discomfort. You don't want to see them struggle. You're like, let me help you. Let me get you out of this situation. I don't want you to have to go through this. If I can prevent it, if I can do it, I'll just do it. I'll just help. But it can, where enabling is different from helping, it prevents that person, that loved one, from developing the skills that they need in order to discontinue the cycle of self-destructive behavior. Okay, so here are some questions that you can ask yourself if you are still trying to decipher, am I helping or am I enabling? Okay, so question number 1, are you saving them from the consequences of their behavior or their decisions? Okay. So the example that I will give is for, let's say, a child. We'll do a parent and child situation. So some children, for us who are parents know, they are maybe driven by grades alone, right? So if they get a C on a test or a B on an assignment, they're not okay. Like, they want to get the best grade they possibly can, so they're intrinsically motivated, right? Some children are not, and they need extra support from parents to help learn the importance of education, the importance of prioritizing education, and so they may not be driven by like getting D's or even failing their classes, and need parent support and attention to build an environment that's going to let them know that this is not okay, and you need to attend to your classes, and you need to prioritize. So doing that, the student or your child will learn important skills, will learn very valuable skills like time management, helping them to push through an unpleasant task, which is building a work ethic that will carry them through their life will help them carry their life to adulthood, and also will help them prioritize activities. So they will be able to, I'm going to do my homework before I watch my movies or play with my friends or go out or play video games. I'm going to prioritize, and you're teaching them these skills so that they can be fully functional adults, right? So if you are saving them, if you're swooping in to prevent them from feeling the consequences or their behaviors, then they don't feel it and they don't grow and they don't make the necessary changes. An extreme example of this as well is if there's a loved one who maybe is dealing with or having a hard time in engaging in illegal activities, and so they end up incarcerated or end up in jail, and you don't want to see that person in jail. That's your loved one. You don't want to see them in a space where you don't know what could happen to them. So you bail them out, or and they keep doing this because they know they're just going to keep bailing me out. Well, sometimes in order to help them discontinue this self-destructive behavior, they have to maybe sit there and deal with the consequences of their actions, so that they can continue to learn that this is not a behavior or pattern that I need to continue in my life. And helping them can look like, okay, now that you're out of jail, let's make and connect you with some agencies, some help, some support, so that we can look as to what is leading into this behavior, what's leading to this kind of cycle of behavior, so that you can get the support and help that you need in order to make different and better choices for yourself. So that's an example. Two kind of extremes, but ways that you can see the difference between helping someone who's having a difficult time versus saving someone from the consequences of their actions. The second question is, are you making excuses or covering up or being dishonest with yourself and others about how this person is showing up in their lives or in their behaviors? Okay. Are you making excuses for the things that they are doing that you know is not right? Are you covering up or being dishonest with people in your life about what they are doing because you don't want them to see them in a negative light? Okay? These are questions to ask yourself to know if you are enabling a person. Because sometimes the part of covering up for them is even covering up for yourself, because there's even embarrassment about, and say if the person is doing you, treating you unfairly or crossing your boundaries constantly, and it can go from a range of whether it is just disrespect or even to abusive behaviors. You don't want people in your life to know that maybe you are enduring or okaying this behavior, so you cover up so that people in your life don't see that. Okay, so checking in with yourself to know, are you making excuses for this person behaving this way, and are you covering up their behaviors? Questions to ask. The last question to ask yourself is, are you putting your needs on the back burner? Are you putting their needs before your own? Are you putting their needs before your own? And so this can be a little tricky, because sometimes in relationships, depending on the dynamic of it, you do put their needs before your own. Especially in a parent-child role, parents typically do that because they want to make the children happy. They want their children to have the best, so they do put their child's needs before their own because they want to provide the best for their children, right? Now, where it gets to an unhealthy space is when it is becoming a space where you're having difficulty or a hard time setting boundaries for yourself and with that person, where you are constantly getting the short end of the stick or dishonoring yourself in order to make this person happy. that is when you need to do a check-in with yourself to see, is this behavior or is what I'm doing enabling this person, or do I need to and do I need to make some adjustments, or am I just doing what I need to do in this time, to help them out, right? So and that is really checking into with your personal boundaries and seeing what are you willing to sacrifice, how long, because sacrifices we do make in relationships, but not all the time. When we do make sacrifices, we need to consider all of the things related to that said sacrifice. Meaning, is this a sacrifice that I am okay making this one time, and does it need to be communicated to this person that I'm doing this, but this is the only time that I'm doing this. This will not happen again, and then sticking to that commitment and that word. And then secondly, is this sacrifice something that I'm going to maybe not feel resolved about down the line? Am I completely comfortable with making this sacrifice? How will making this sacrifice affect the nature of my relationship with this person? Am I going to resent them? Am I going to have harsh feelings towards this person because I've made this sacrifice? So thinking about when you're setting boundaries or making a decision about if you want to assist somebody and help someone, truly checking in with yourself about your personal boundaries, about how comfortable you feel with helping them or sacrificing something, putting their needs before yours, to get whatever result that or desired result that you're looking for. Okay, and that would help them. But if this boundary you're crossing or sacrifice you're making is only going to continue the self-destructive path that this person is on, you are, again, going back to our previous example, you are dipping into your savings just to bail this person out again. Then that's a check to yourself to know that this is enabling behavior and not helping behavior. Again, this is a hard subject because, again, we are talking about our loved ones, the people we care about in our life. We don't want them to feel and go through any pain. But truly know that sometimes pain is necessary. Pain is necessary. When you touch that stove, you're like, that's hot. Now you know I don't need to touch that stove anymore. Now. And so sometimes it is truly hard when you have to make the decision to stop enabling. If you are feeling like you are having trouble with in discontinuing this enabling behavior, I would definitely, of course, recommend talking and seeking help with a mental health professional. To do so, it's a hard pattern to break, especially if it's something that it has been familiar to you, to like throughout your life. Maybe you've seen someone enable someone in your life as a child, so it's a pattern that you have kind of easily slid into your adulthood. Definitely checking in with a mental health professional. As you all know, there's no harm in all with doing so. It's okay to connect. So again, I hope this video has been helpful. My name is Alicia Jackson, licensed professional counselor. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and share this video with anyone that you feel might benefit from it. I am on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as Alicia Jackson LPC. And I go live on my Instagram and Facebook page every Monday. So check me out there. Thank you so much for listening, and you have a wonderful